Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. You can see here, fight against Hobart G, and my options: Aerial, Fire Badger, Supply, and Cost Control. Look at those. The only one I really don't want is the Fire Badger Specialist because it starts with Arc Lights and gives Fire Badgers, and I want Typhoons, so yeah, not a good option right now. The other three could be good, but I decided to try something new. Give it a chance for the Cost Control. More money, so I can grab my Typhoon sooner. And it starts with crabs and sledges, so a new pack, starting with crabs. On my opponent's side, giants, Typhoon spiders, fortified, and marksman specialists, and I would probably go for the marksman. Crabs again, but with mustangs, and you get marksman, but you also don't have a dedicated shaft clear, although mustangs can be used as shaft clear. But that would be my option here. My opponent, what he will choose, he goes for the first one, Giants pack. So it's Cost Control versus Giants. And seeing that he was going for Giants pack, I was expecting him to be more defensive and maybe go for the Hound Vulcan strategy. He has the chamber compression here, don't have Mech Rage, which you don't use on that build, extinguisher, range, and armor. So I will position here and be the aggressor, even if my sledges are not usually an aggressive unit. They are not that fast, unless you grab Mech Rage, which is not even on my bar now. You can see I put the lowered price armor piercing bullets here. Maybe I will get to use it sometime. It could pair well with the Typhoons. You go with the Typhoons, you heal your sledges, and the sledges do damage with this. But my opponent is not going for a standard. He's going aggressive on the other side. So we will be on opposite sides here. You also see that I used my extra money to grab a Phoenix. So I automatically win this round, because he has nothing to kill the Phoenix. Anti-armor cannon killing one of my crabs. I have no shaft. And tower debuff now. But it's out of ammo here. And finally dead. Sledges doing their best, killing the crawlers. 3 went for my tower. Phoenix killing Sabers. And I almost managed to win with some ground still alive. Fun that it even moves up, but can't move up enough to shoot my Phoenixes. They should give attack for the Sabers to shoot air. But first round cheesed effectively with Phoenixes, which even got a level. And here, haste module, which is just great. Can't say no to this, especially since I want Typhoons, and this is great for the Typhoons. And round 2, Typhoons. So here I go. First Typhoon is here. And let's click quick deploy here so we can see what the opponent is doing. Finally getting some shaft, which I will need. Apparently, I decided to postpone the Typhoon. Went back on the Typhoon and decided to grab shaft because my Typhoon would be free kill for the enemy Sabers if I have no shaft to defend them. So yeah, only shaft. And my opponent went for the Typhoon. So no Typhoon on round 2. Level 2 Phoenix. One survived, and with that one surviving, where is his shaft clear? Yeah, there is none, because the Typhoons died. So I give up the win by default again. Maybe with a few ground units alive this time. So probably not. Grab the debuff here and then kill my ground. And can one Phoenix kill all of this? That is a lot of crawlers if my sledges can't kill them. But a few still alive here. Should be able to clear out the shaft. And now the Phoenix have to kill a few hounds and the Saber. So let me speed this. Unfortunately, no level 3 for the Phoenix. But 100 damage is something. Here there is redeployment, which can be very useful for me to redeploy my units here. Electromagnetic impact is also a very good spell. Subsidized Crawlers. It's an amazing card in the right situation. Most of the time you won't be able to use it. I decided to go for redeployment, and moving one of the sledges to this side should pull most of his units. And I will finally start to go for my Typhoons too. So we will have a Typhoon war. You can see that I didn't even use my haste module because I was saving it for the Typhoon. Opponent used it on his Typhoon. We ended up having the same idea last round, but I had to move back on the idea because of I need shaft. Here you can see I instantly going for wreckage detonation. So faster clear of the crawlers, and even helps a little with the hounds. Second Phoenix. My opponent going for Electromag here, but there is no tech in here. Also see he going for a second Typhoon. And more shaft. See, a few units are still going for my tower, which is level 2. There's a few crawlers diverting to distract them. Here things are not going that well. Don't forget that I am cost control, so my units are not that strong. And with the tower debuff, I didn't manage to kill the Saber left with almost no HP here. I won again. It's a level 2 tower now. He's going to soon grab this, but maybe I can kill all his air, anti-air, and there we go. Oh, the anti-air is dead. Oh, he has nothing to kill my phoenixes. And once again, I am chasing the round with air. And now they got a lamp. And they should have enough time to kill everything. So, hero phoenixes. Always dealing some damage. Here we have options. There is Marksman, which could work as some DPS, but I already have Phoenixes. So I decided to go for Phantoms. And even if not perfect, Phantoms with armor can be quite annoying for the Typhoons. Especially level 1 Typhoons. And they do take quite a while to level, look at this. Almost 2000 experience for a level. Compared to a Saber Tooth, it's 1300. So yeah, Typhoons take a lot of experience to level. so it's hard to get high level Typhoons unless you are intensive training. You see me grabbing even more chaff. Also moving one of the crabs here. So the idea is to at least kill one hound and then stay in front, distract the enemies. End up not having money to go for the armor enhancement. Couldn't even grab the sledge level here, which is not that useful since he only shots them with the Sabers. But I have 2 Typhoons now, so it should help with the shaft clear on this side. Fortunately, without the armor, my Phantoms got obliterated. Once again, this side wins, the left loses. Let's get our debuff first. You can see that he already went for range enhancement, so it was his first stack. So 140 range on his Typhoons. Level 3 Phoenix is working. But no, one got distracted by crawlers. It maybe could have won the fight here. It would have won. Look at how long they took to kill it. So if it had not diverted and went for the targets, it would have killed both Typhoons. Yeah, a shame. Here, Electromag is just way too good to pass, even if Haste Module would be great for my other Typhoon. But I go for Electromag, throw it on his army. And now I'm going for armor, even if he will probably grab Electromag and throw it, so one of them will not have armor. I was expecting him to throw it here. You can see that I'm already out of money. And went for a sneaky crawler here. The idea is I will pull part of his army away. Unfortunately, there is a missile, but one crawler survived and pulled them for a little while. Here, hero crab shooting at the Saber. There is one small problem now. You can see I went for range, that's why my money got obliterated without me getting many things. But now my Phoenixes are in front of my Typhoons. They are dying first. So now I see I have another problem. I need to solve my DPS range problem. So Phoenixes need to attack. And here, 3 Void Eyes. It's hard to pass, but it also offers Fortress, which would be great for my opponent. Why wasn't that, do I really invest into the Phoenix when my opponent can simply grab the Fortress and put AA on the Fortress and kill my Phoenixes? You see me going for electromagnetic armor, and I do decide to invest into the Phoenix anyway, get range on them, so 160. Now they have more than the Typhoons. And if he goes for a Fortress, at least I have the Phantoms in front to absorb 1 or 2 salvos before it starts targeting the Phoenixes. My opponent getting his second electromagnetic impact back. Quite annoying. I will shield both sides, but I can't shield my air. So here, you probably hit the Phoenixes and the Phantom. You can see he going for a field entrenchment into his Sabers and into his Typhoons. So very tanky Typhoons. You can see level 2 Typhoon, 35,000 HP. It has more HP than a Saber. Each one of them. You can see my opponent also grabbed the Voids, but he didn't grab electromagnetic armor. At least not yet. This time I'm winning the right, but losing the left once again. At least I'm back to winning the right side. I was losing before. Fortunately, I grabbed the buff first, then my units will only move. T1 marksman, and soon they will grab the debuff. Yeah. Now it's their turn to make use of 9 seconds of debuff. And no, couldn't kill the last one. At least one last one. But much better than last time, and he did had an electromagnetic impact here, affecting my units. Rhino Assault. I do like to use Rhino Assault. And he is kind of vulnerable, look here. This diagonal is free. I'm also moving my crawlers here to pull his units. Put one Typhoon here with entrenchment, which will have to move out of the entrenchment after hitting just this crawler. You see me getting even more shaft. I do now have level 2 Typhoons, 2 of them. Level 2 damage too. Help with the DPS of my Phoenixes, because they are having to do a lot of damage. Look at this. 142,000 damage into this level 4 now, Phoenix. It was level 3 last round. My opponent also going for Rhino. But I have crawlers to distract and my units here. Here, my Rhino didn't quite work. It ended up going here instead of the tower. Why? I have no idea. It should be closer to the tower. But it just got wasted, just as like his Rhino, which also got killed by my Phoenixes. Like I said, my opponent went for Farseers with auto emission to protect himself against my Electromag. This time, the left side wins. But look at how long the level 2 Phoenixes take to kill those Typhoons. And they are entrenched. The entrenched Typhoon is 70%. The buff helps. And victory! It's good to start winning again. There is a sequence of losses. And here, forgot to remove the quick deploy. I just went for the money. Actually, I didn't went for the money. I went for the steel balls. My opponent went for the money. I went for another unit, which will move in front and just serve a shaft for me. I want more shaft. My third Typhoon get a level, and my Phoenixes keep getting levels. My opponent also went for electromagnetic armor, which I will have to solve, so yeah, here they are. Most of my round this turn was getting 2 Farseers. I will end up using a deployment here, so I can move the Farseer so I can cover my entire army with 2 of them. But that is 1,000 to get, actually 1,050 to get 2 Farseers and attack. But I still had enough to grab elite marksmen into my phoenixes. So now they do a lot of damage with a lot of range. I also grab the range enhancement. So this one had 190 range until it got electromagnet. This one 195. Problem is when they shoot a void eye, they are not protected. So 3 seconds, which was nerfed. They nerfed to 3 seconds the electromag of the void eyes. It was 4, then 3.5, and now 3. But they are better at killing. Problem here is both on the side died, and now the right is the one winning again. Typhoon war on this side. And victory once again. Not doing a lot of damage, but a victory is a victory. Here, none of those looked good for me, so keep getting levels. So level 3 Typhoons now. Level 5 Phoenix with elite marksman, so with the extended range here, they will have 200 meters range. They are outside of the range of the Fortress AA. Fortress AA is 180. Even my crab here is getting level. But look at the damage, 74,000, 75,000, 173,000, 64, 64 on this Typhoon 2, and 53 on this one. Lots of damage. You will see that I went for a lot of sledges here. Elite recruited sledges. I was thinking on going Link, but then I go, I can't quite link. I don't have space to create a Link here. And my opponent is a bit too healthy for a Link to be able to kill him. Probably. Maybe it could, but I didn't have the space here. I already have moved 1 unit to try to make space for the sledge line, but I didn't. So ended up just grabbing the sledges, leaving them at this, and end up going for... Actually, I didn't went for it yet. I think I will go for the healing. But the sledges by themselves are very annoying. Typhoons are not great at killing sledges, and neither are the Sabers. So you can see my left side is doing much better, and my right is still winning. So even without the attack, they end up working quite well. And I did do a lot of damage. So maybe if it was linked, I would have won this round. Here, Iron Blast. Hard to pass on Iron Blast here. We both have a lot of units, round 10. And after seeing this, my opponent will be very afraid of a Link Sledge, because now I can create a Link. I could move this Farseer elsewhere, I put it here, and then put another sledge in here, and suddenly I can create a Link here. But that's not what I will do, because after seeing those many elite recruited sledges, I expect my opponent to grab some answer, grab the melter. So I will just invest more into my other units. Of course, enhance range and high mobility. Let's quickly deploy so we can see what he's doing. My beam is going here. My idea is I will throw it here, it will kill the shield, then kill the void eye, then keep going. Most of what I wanted here is to kill the void eye, which are quite annoying because I don't want to buy an overlord to protect my phoenixes against electromag. My opponents do go for a melter with range enhancement, so that's a lot invested to counter something that didn't happen. He's also throwing a beam here. I did put a shield where I expected him to throw it. And you can see the healing is happening. I also went for field maintenance into the sledges, so more healing. My sledges are super healing, so they are very tanky against the Typhoons. The only thing that can kill them is the Saber tooths and the melter, but the melter has to kill one by one. So they lasted quite a while. My right side, with even more Typhoons helping, won quite easily, and victory with 600 to spare. And if you enjoyed this game, you could subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. But let's take a look here. So this play for my opponent of Ram the Melter, he had to do it because I could go Link. If I went Link, he would be dead if he didn't have a Melter here. I didn't sell the steel balls and letting them here. They are saving a shaft. It's something. The crabs are doing something, although not that much, I think. But they even got a level. There is another here. This one didn't get a level, so this one wasn't doing much. Maybe I could have sold it. But the Phoenixes were doing a lot, and remember, I am cost control. Oh, all my units are weaker. Even then, I won this mirror in Typhoon versus Typhoon. But it was Typhoon Phoenix versus Typhoon Sabers. He did get quite a few levels into the Sabers, but strangely enough, he only went for field entrenchment into them and not range. If he wanted to use the Sabers, he needed range too, because otherwise they have less range than all my important units, which are the Typhoons, the ones he wanted to kill with the Sabers. So the Sabers were moving out of entrenchment and trying to move forward to shoot at my Typhoons. If he grabbed range, they could stay in entrenchment, and with entrenchment, 20% attack speed. But that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget your like, and I will see you on the next one.